So you finally done it. You signed your first client, and now you're ready to move them to the next stage of the process. Now, if you want to keep this client, make sure you watch the rest of this video. Yo, what's going on? My name Rock. If you like everything business, marketing, and sales, then be sure to click the subscribe button and tap the bell so you can get the notifications first. So anytime you sign a high-tech client, there's going to be a lot of expectation. So the next thing you need to focus on is delivering a signature onboarding process. The worst thing that can happen is when someone spends a lot of money that you leave them waiting for the next steps. It's going to create instant buyer's remorse, and you're going to possibly lose that client or get a refund demand. The keys to a good signature onboarding process is automation, personalization, and attention to detail. I don't care if you're a freelancer or a six-figure agency, this is going to be the key moment where someone's going to have undying trust in you to go forward. If you're just starting out and you haven't perfected your client onboarding process, then watch this video. I'm about to show you. All right, so when you're trying to build your signature onboarding experience for your customers, you need a software that's going to allow you to do some automating. This is the platform that we use. It's called Libreeze.app, and it helps us do a lot as far as automating our text, emails, our onboarding, client interaction. Everything we need for to run our business is literally one place. But today we're going to actually focus on the onboarding piece of it. So this is a workflow I have designed for when somebody pays an invoice. So if you're a coach, you do a service, you're an agency, then you should be sending out invoices. Now, when somebody pays an invoice, you need to have an immediate set of actions they can do next. You never want to leave people waiting after they just paid you $500, $600, $1,000 or so dollars, because that's going to leave them with a bad taste in their mouth. So when somebody pays an invoice, which I have activated through something called a workflow trigger, which if you go on Libreeze, you simply would pull this down and find invoices and make sure the invoice status is paid. If you do this with just a regular invoice and you don't have a filter, that means when you send out an invoice, they haven't paid, it's going to kick off the same amount of action. So for me, when somebody pays an invoice, they get a text message, and the text message is thanking them for the payment, and then it shares a link for them to book a call with. And now, if you do onboarding calls, that's great, because again, you're going to give them a way where they can connect with you automatically right after purchase, which is a very good customer experience, versus having to call and text you and trying to set up a call on the phone when you're probably busy and not able to get back to them right away anyway. Also, there's some general housekeeping rules. We also add a tag that says paid, and we remove them from our other workflows. So from a lead management perspective, now you know that this is a paid client and they're not getting any additional messaging trying to push them towards a sale again. Now, this is a second flow I called onboarding. So after they actually schedule that onboarding call from that link, once they clicked a link to book a call, they're actually sent an email, and this email has the onboarding instructions. So for me, it has the link to our Facebook group, a link to a course, and some more tangible materials that they can actually start using before we have that onboarding call. Because you want to set a high expectation and have a high level of professionalism in giving them their materials early. So when you're creating your own onboarding experience, what types of things you should be giving your clients? So if you're doing a service for them, then you should create some type of client success folder, which is something we have as well. So next step, I'm going to go to Zapier. And Zapier is another software we use for anything we can't directly automate with Libreeze. So maybe some of our internal notes and our videos that we automatically transfer. But this particular flow is what you're going to want when you use Zapier. So this is a workflow. So if I have a new payment, and this is the second condition. So once the person starts a payment, this only continues if the payment they made is over $500. So that's my normal basic ticket amount if someone wants to work with me. And so that would get them to the next stage of the onboarding. I also sell digital products. I sell things under $500 that I do not need an automation for. So therefore, this allows me to only get people who've had invoices to get these next steps. Then once they meet the criteria, I actually create an onboarding folder for them in my Google Drive. Now for you can use Slack, you can use Notion. For me, it's easier to use Google Drive because I can simply upload documents. They can upload documents. So if we're doing something social media wise, or doing something web related, they can upload whatever they need without much friction. And so here you would have the folder name, and then this would actually be created inside of the Google Drive. So now, as you can see, I have tons of these, and these are just clients we work with already, and these are automated. So now, not have I only given and created a client folder automatically, I'm also giving it to my clients so they can access it. So from now, they understand you're taking very good care of them. So you're creating actions immediately. 2, they didn't have to wait until well after purchase to actually get something done. And 3, they're getting all of their materials that they need to move forward for the next steps. Now, imagine doing all this by hand. This can easily a huge time-consuming project. But we talk a lot of systems on this channel. So therefore, using this in a way that makes sense is going to allow you to be successful long term. So again, this technique is highly valuable if you're a coach, consultant, you run a high ticket business or a high ticket service, or you're some type of agency owner. Use this as your intro level signature onboarding process and build from there. And I guarantee you'll have a satisfied customer and you'll be more efficient. So thanks you guys for watching. I hope this video helped. See you in the next one.